Alright, so at this point it's getting pretty crazy. We got all kinds of cables everywhere. It looks like a mess. It's actually pretty organized. Your peripheral lines over here. The Arduino's hooked up. All of the sensor lines are hooked into the sensor bay. We have the router for the heavy current being handled in this bottom breaker box through all of these peripheral female ports, so we can plug in the fan and the lights. On the box on top right here, we now have the relay shield box. All the relay lines are broken out from the current router into the relay shield box where they're plugged into the relay shield. Lines, control lines, and power lines for the relay shield are coming out here, going to the VN, being powered right here, and into these 4 ports on the Arduino. So now what we're going to do is add the final component to the board, which is the GFI power supply that we just made. Alright, so let's see. We have all of the sensors hooked up here to the Arduino. The relay shield's done. I think at this point we can close the project box for the Arduino. If it'll fit now, I'll probably crush something. This is the final product of the board that will be fit into the actual control box. The power supply is going to be floating up here, hence why we had to have a little bit shorter cable in order to plug in here without going nuts on getting in the way of other components. So the only trick now is making the power supply fit to where this right here fits on it somehow. Should be interesting. Try to hide some of these cables a little bit less insane looking. So this is going to basically be the layout of the box. Now that we're done, the only things that are going to be coming out of the box are going to be your peripheral lines, your power going in, and then a bunch of sensors out of the bottom of the box. And with the way it lines up right now in the box, all of this will fit, and there will be a hole right here where everything will come in and out. So let's see if we can mount it in the box, and should be almost done. Boom. Okay, so this is our box right here. I think it's 1 foot by 1 foot, and it's pretty deep, so you can fit lots of stuff in here. The documentation shows how to get it from Lowe's. It's probably sold other places. These are our logos, of course. We got Arduino, OuterBabylon, open hardware, very cool stuff. And so this particular box, we've already punched the hole in the bottom. We had a big drill with some sort of weird bit that punched a hole in it right there for like doorknobs and wood and weird stuff. So anyways, we punched a big hole right there, and now we're gonna see if we can get all of the box to fit inside here. Alright, so I gotta find a way to mount this to the actual wall itself. It is always kind of a trick. I'm not the best at it, but we'll see. The best way to do it is to try and punch a hole for this screw this screw hole to go in, but it's really small, so you need a really small screw. Sometimes I have to shave them down with a Dremel tool. Alright, so these are how the heavy lines are going to be ran. In order to get these to stay in place, I'm going to run them up here, zip tie them together, and then I'm going to bolt them to the bottom of the box. That's to keep anything from pulling right here or from pulling on the heavy voltage, the low breaker box that has the heavy voltage router inside of it. So we're going to zip tie these probably a couple times. Boom. So that should be it. Now this board still lifts out of here, and so one last screw that you'll want to put in the side of the board is a screw that's going to go in and hold the board in place. So the way that you want to do that pretty much is you just want to hit a pilot hole down in. Make sure you're not hitting any electrical wires. Lead it into the board a little bit. And then you're just going to put this final screw in to hold the board in place. So now your board can't move inside of the box. It's not going to be falling out. So that's pretty much it. You want to take all of these lines that are coming out of the end and you want to wrap them up in some sort of orderly fashion to where it can be carried around. Alright. So the side that the cords come out of is going to be the bottom. So let's see. This is a waterproof box, and so you want to line the grommet up. This grommet's kind of old. Okay, so this is the end of the construction for the control unit. This is all of the hardware that you're going to need besides the sensors. There's going to be some more sensors, some more videos put up that describe how to build the sensors and extend their lines using the Cat 3 cable that we're going to use. And so you pretty much end up with a box with a power line going to it and a bunch of peripherals, control devices coming out. And so that's it.